Star Trek: The Next Generation, 1987 to 1994, remains one of the most iconic sci-fi series of all time, launching a new era of exploration, philosophy, and unforgettable characters led by Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Decades later, the stars who brought the USS Enterprise D to life have gone on remarkable journeys of their own, some becoming Hollywood legends, others finding new paths beyond the screen. From Patrick Stewart's commanding presence to LeVar Burton's enduring influence and the beloved faces who shaped the Federation's legacy, let's take a look back at the Star Trek, The Next Generation cast, then and now, to see how these pioneers of the final frontier have evolved through time. Patrick Stewart portrayed Captain Jean-Luc Picard in Star Trek: The Next Generation, 1987, when he was 47 years old. As the wise and disciplined captain of the USS Enterprise D, Picard embodies intellect, diplomacy, and moral integrity. Unlike the brash leaders of earlier eras, he commands through reason and empathy, often solving conflicts with words rather than weapons. His calm authority and deep humanity make him a beacon of leadership, guiding his crew through moral dilemmas, alien encounters, and the mysteries of space. Memorable moments include his assimilation by the Borg and his haunting recovery, which revealed the vulnerability beneath his stoic exterior. Beyond the series, Patrick Stewart became a cultural icon, reprising Picard in later films and in the acclaimed spin-off Star Trek Picard, 2020 to 2023. A classically trained actor, he also earned praise for his Shakespearean performances and for his role as Professor X in the X-Men franchise. Knighted by Queen Elizabeth II in 2010 for his services to drama, Stewart's career blends gravitas with charisma. In his personal life, he married singer Sunny Ozel in 2013 and remains admired for his advocacy of human rights, equality, and the arts. As of 2025, Patrick Stewart is 85 years old. Jonathan Frakes portrayed Commander William Riker in Star Trek: The Next Generation, 1987, when he was 35 years old. As Picard's loyal first officer, Riker combines charm, confidence, and boldness, embodying the spirit of exploration at the heart of Starfleet. Known for his easygoing humor and distinctive way of sitting, fondly dubbed the Riker maneuver, he balances tactical brilliance with a strong sense of honor. His evolving relationship with Counselor Deanna Troi added emotional depth to the series, culminating in their marriage in later Star Trek installments. Riker's bravery during Borg invasions and his command decisions showcased both his strategic mind and his humanity. Off-screen, Jonathan Frakes became one of the franchise's key creative forces, directing several Star Trek episodes and films, including First Contact, 1996, and Insurrection, 1998. His directing career expanded to other TV hits like Roswell, The Orville, and Star Trek Discovery. Married to actress Jeannie Francis since 1988, with whom he has 2 children, Frakes continues to be celebrated as both an actor and a director, who helped shape Star Trek's modern legacy. As of 2025, Jonathan Frakes is 73 years old. Marina Sirtis portrayed Counselor Deanna Troi in Star Trek: The Next Generation, 1987, when she was 32 years old. As the half-Betazoid empath serving aboard the USS Enterprise D, Troi was responsible for guiding the crew through emotional and moral turbulence, using her ability to sense feelings to bring understanding and compassion where logic fell short. Her calm intelligence, kindness, and spiritual insight made her a crucial voice of empathy, balancing Captain Picard's rational leadership. Over the seasons, Troi evolved from a soft-spoken counselor into a confident, assertive officer, even earning command credentials and taking control of the bridge in moments of crisis. Her romantic relationship with Commander Riker added heart and continuity to the series, culminating in their marriage in later Star Trek films. Off-screen, Marina Sirtis became a beloved icon in the fandom, admired for her quick wit, warmth, and outspoken honesty. Born in London to Greek parents, she built a successful acting career across stage and screen, later voicing characters in acclaimed productions such as Mass Effect, Gargoyles, and Young Justice. Sirtis married musician Michael Lamper in 1992, and their marriage lasted until his passing in 2019. Despite her loss, she continues to appear at conventions and on-screen, celebrated for her enduring connection to fans and her portrayal of emotional strength in science fiction. As of 2025, Marina Sirtis is 70 years old. LeVar Burton portrayed Lieutenant Geordi LaForge in Star Trek: The Next Generation, 1987, when he was 30 years old. Geordi, the ship's chief engineer, is a brilliant and compassionate problem solver whose VISOR device allows him to see the electromagnetic spectrum despite being blind. His technical genius and unshakable optimism make him one of the Enterprise's most beloved figures, symbolizing how intellect and perseverance can overcome physical limitations. Burton's portrayal gave depth to a character defined by empathy, curiosity, and resilience, as Geordi forged friendships with Data and other crew members that highlighted humanity's best qualities. Beyond Star Trek, LeVar Burton gained fame long before the show for his groundbreaking role as Kunta Kinte in Roots 1977, and later as the host of Reading Rainbow, inspiring generations of young readers. He has received multiple Emmy Awards and continues to advocate for education and diversity in media. Married to makeup artist Stephanie Cozart Burton since 1992, he has one daughter and remains a respected cultural figure whose work bridges entertainment and social impact. As of 2025, LeVar Burton is 68 years old. Michael Dorn portrayed the Klingon officer Worf in Star Trek: The Next Generation, 1987, when he was 34 years old. Although originally credited as a Risa tourist, Dorn quickly became synonymous with the role of Worf, a proud Klingon warrior who defied cultural barriers to serve in Starfleet. Worf's journey is one of the richest in the franchise, a constant struggle to reconcile his fierce Klingon heritage with the Federation's ideals of diplomacy and compassion. Often stoic, disciplined, and bound by an unyielding sense of honor, Worf faced tragedy and redemption repeatedly, from losing his parents at Khitomer to the disgrace of his family name and the complex responsibility of fatherhood with his son Alexander. His internal conflict and growth as both soldier and parent gave Star Trek some of its most poignant drama. Beyond The Next Generation, Dorn reprised the role in Deep Space Nine and several feature films, appearing in more Star Trek episodes and movies than any other actor in history. Off-screen, he built a second passion as a professional pilot, owning and flying several aircraft, and became known for his deep, resonant voice used in numerous animated and video game roles. A private yet respected figure, Dorn remains a fan favorite for bringing emotional complexity to one of science fiction's most iconic characters. As of 2025, Michael Dorn is 72 years old. Miguel Barrett voiced the Enterprise computer and portrayed Lwaxana Troi in Star Trek: The Next Generation, 1987, when she was 55 years old. Known affectionately as the First Lady of Star Trek, Barrett's voice became one of the most recognizable in science fiction, guiding the Enterprise crew with calm precision for decades. As Lwaxana Troi, she provided comic relief and emotional depth, portraying Deanna Troy's eccentric yet loving Betazoid mother, whose flamboyance masked genuine maternal wisdom. Her recurring appearances explored family, loneliness, and the complexity of love, offering a human counterpoint to the show's high-tech world. Off-screen, Majel Barrett was the wife of Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry, and after his passing in 1991, she remained a guardian of his vision, producing and promoting his unfinished works. Her contribution to Star Trek spanned every generation, from the original series to The Next Generation and beyond, where her voice continued even in later spin-offs and the 2009 reboot. Barrett's enduring presence symbolized the franchise's heart and continuity. Majel Barrett passed away on December 18, 2008, at the age of 76 from leukemia, leaving behind an unmatched legacy as both performer and pioneer in science fiction history. Gates McFadden portrayed Dr. Beverly Crusher in Star Trek: The Next Generation, 1987, when she was 55 years old. As the chief medical officer aboard the USS Enterprise D, Dr. Crusher brought intelligence, compassion, and quiet strength to every mission. A brilliant physician and devoted mother to Wesley Crusher, she balanced science with empathy, often serving as the moral compass of the crew. Her long and complex friendship with Captain Picard carried a quiet, romantic undercurrent, deepened by the shared grief of her late husband, Jack Crusher. McFadden's portrayal gave Beverly both grace and authority, a character who could heal bodies while challenging Starfleet's ethics with humanity and intellect. Outside the bridge, Gates McFadden built a remarkable career in theater and film, also working as a choreographer for Jim Henson productions like Labyrinth, 1986. She continued her association with Star Trek through movies and later reprised her role in Star Trek. Picard, 2023, where Crusher's wisdom and courage shone anew. Off-screen, she was admired for her artistry and teaching, inspiring generations of performers. Gates McFadden passed away on December 18, 2008, at the age of 76, leaving behind a legacy of grace, intelligence, and humanity that endures through her work in Star Trek and beyond. Brent Spiner portrayed both Lieutenant Commander Data and his malicious brother Lore in Star Trek. The Next Generation, 1987, when he was 38 years old. As Data, Spiner brought extraordinary depth to an artificial life form yearning to understand humanity. Emotionless yet endlessly curious, Data symbolized humanity's eternal pursuit of meaning. His innocence, loyalty, and subtle humor, earning him a place among the franchise's most beloved characters. Over 7 seasons, he evolved from an analytical observer to a profoundly self-aware being, exploring love, creativity, and even mortality. His counterpart Lore represented the darker aspects of human emotion: envy, deceit, and corruption, allowing Spiner to demonstrate remarkable range as both the gentle hero and the menacing villain. Data's ultimate sacrifice in Star Trek, Nemesis, 2002. Giving his life to save his captain and crew remains one of the saga's most moving moments, capturing the soul of a machine who became more human than many around him. Outside the Star Trek universe, Spiner's versatility shone in roles like Dr. Brackish Okun in Independence Day, 1996, and its sequel, as well as appearances in Outcast, Penny Dreadful, City of Angels, and Star Trek Picard, where he revisited Data's legacy with deep emotional resonance. Off-screen, Spiner is known for his humor, humility, and enduring devotion to the craft of acting. As of 2025, Brent Spiner is 76 years old. Denise Crosby portrayed Lieutenant Natasha "Tasha" Yar in Star Trek. The Next Generation, 1987, when she was 30 years old. As the ship's chief of security, Tasha Yar was introduced as a courageous, no-nonsense officer with a troubled past. A survivor of a violent colony who rose above hardship to protect others. Her strength, vulnerability, and loyalty made her one of the most compelling characters in the show's early episodes. However, her shocking death in the first season episode Skin of Evil became one of Star Trek's most memorable moments. A stark reminder of the dangers of exploration and the fragility of life, even in the 24th century. Crosby later returned in alternate timeline episodes, deepening Tasha's legacy and cementing her place in Star Trek lore. Beyond the series, Denise Crosby forged a diverse career across television and film, appearing in Pet Sematary, 1989, Ray Donovan, and The Walking Dead. She also produced the acclaimed documentary Trekkies, 1997, exploring fandom's cultural impact with humor and insight. Known for her intelligence and charm, Crosby remains a cherished figure within the Star Trek community, admired for her openness and strong creative spirit. As of 2025, Denise Crosby is 67 years old. Will Wheaton portrayed Wesley Crusher in Star Trek: The Next Generation, 1987, when he was 15 years old. The gifted son of Dr. Beverly Crusher, Wesley was introduced as a prodigy whose intellect and enthusiasm often placed him at the center of the Enterprise's adventures. Though young, he demonstrated exceptional skill in engineering and astrophysics, earning the respect of Captain Picard and the crew. His journey from an eager teenager to a maturing Starfleet cadet reflected the optimism and curiosity of a new generation, while his later departure to explore the universe with the Traveler symbolized the boundless potential of youth. Off-screen, Wil Wheaton's early fame from Stand By Me, 1986, carried into Star Trek, where his portrayal of Wesley became a defining role. After leaving the show, Wheaton reinvented himself as a successful writer, voice actor, and pop culture commentator, contributing to series like The Big Bang Theory and Teen Titans. He has spoken openly about mental health and self-acceptance, earning admiration for his honesty and resilience. As of 2025, Wil Wheaton is 76 years old, continuing to be a passionate voice for creativity, kindness, and the enduring spirit of Star Trek. Colm Meaney portrayed Chief Miles O'Brien in Star Trek: The Next Generation, 1987, when he was 34 years old. Initially appearing as a background transporter officer, Meaney's steady performance gradually elevated O'Brien into one of the franchise's most beloved and relatable figures. A working-class hero among scientists and admirals, O'Brien represented the everyday human who kept the Enterprise running. Known for his patience, humor, and occasional exasperation with Starfleet's chaos, he embodied the quiet resilience that defines true heroism. His arc expanded magnificently in Star Trek: Deep Space Nine, where he faced war, trauma, and fatherhood with authenticity and heart, making O'Brien one of the most richly developed characters in the entire saga. Off-screen, Colm Meaney built an impressive acting career in both film and television, starring in acclaimed works such as The Commitments, 1991, The Snapper, 1993, and the TV series Hell on Wheels, 2011 to 2016. A native of Dublin, Ireland, Meaney has been praised for bringing depth and realism to every role he takes on. Known for his grounded personality and quiet dedication to his craft, he remains a respected veteran of both the Star Trek universe and international cinema. As of 2025, Colm Meaney is 72 years old. Patty Yasutake portrayed Nurse Alyssa Ogawa in Star Trek: The Next Generation, 1990, when she was 37 years old. As Dr. Beverly Crusher's dedicated assistant in sickbay, Ogawa was a steady, compassionate presence aboard the Enterprise D, representing the backbone of Starfleet's medical team. Her calm professionalism and empathy made her a reassuring figure during moments of crisis, and her recurring appearances across the series and films reflected her loyalty to the crew and commitment to duty. Though rarely in the spotlight, Ogawa became a symbol of the unsung heroes who keep the Federation running. Those who save lives quietly without command titles or fanfare. Beyond Star Trek, Patty Yasutake built a respected career in film and television, appearing in Gung Ho, 1986, Drop Dead Gorgeous, 1999, and numerous guest roles in acclaimed shows. She was also active in promoting Asian American representation in Hollywood, admired for her professionalism and gentle strength both on and off screen. Her passing in 2024 marked the loss of a warm and talented performer whose subtle artistry resonated deeply with fans. Patty Yasutake passed away on August 5th, 2024, at the age of 70, leaving behind a quiet but enduring legacy of grace and authenticity. Whoopi Goldberg portrayed Guinan, the enigmatic bartender of 10 Forward, in Star Trek: The Next Generation, 1988, when she was 33 years old. Guinan, a member of the long-lived El-Orion species, brought wisdom and emotional clarity to the Enterprise, serving as both confidant and conscience to Captain Picard. Calm, mysterious, and deeply empathetic, she offered insight that transcended logic, often guiding others through moral uncertainty. Her history with Picard hinted at profound shared experiences, making their bond one of the series' most touching relationships. Goldberg's portrayal infused the show with grace and depth, her presence symbolizing the power of compassion and understanding in a universe often driven by technology and conflict. Off-screen, Whoopi Goldberg's illustrious career spans film, television, and stage. She is one of the few entertainers to achieve EGOT status, winning an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Award. Best known for The Color Purple, 1985, and Ghost, 1990, she has also become a prominent TV personality on The View. A vocal advocate for equality, women's rights, and social justice, Goldberg's influence extends far beyond entertainment. As of 2025, Whoopi Goldberg is 69 years old. Diana Muldaur portrayed Dr. Catherine Pulaski in Star Trek: The Next Generation, 1988, when she was 50 years old. Introduced in the show's second season as the successor to Dr. Beverly Crusher, Pulaski brought a more pragmatic and old-fashioned approach to medicine aboard the Enterprise D. Intelligent, assertive, and occasionally brusque, she was reminiscent of Dr. McCoy from the original series. Skeptical of technology, yet deeply compassionate toward her patients. Her dynamic with Data was particularly memorable. Though initially dismissive of his synthetic nature, Pulaski gradually learned to respect his humanity, offering subtle emotional growth in her short tenure. While her character only lasted one season, Muldaur's performance added complexity and maturity to the medical role, making Pulaski a distinctive figure in Star Trek lore. Off-screen, Diana Muldaur already had an impressive television career, appearing in L.A. Law, Gunsmoke, McCloud, and 2 episodes of Star Trek: The Original Series. Her portrayal of Rosalie Hendrickson on L.A. Law earned her Emmy nominations, cementing her status as a respected dramatic actress. Known for her poise and quiet dignity, she retired from acting in the early 2000s to focus on animal welfare and personal pursuits. As of 2025, Diana Muldaur is 87 years old. Brian Bonsall portrayed Alexander Rozhenko in Star Trek: The Next Generation, 1994, when he was 12 years old. As the son of Worf and the half-human ambassador Kalar, Alexander was a child caught between 2 worlds: human compassion and Klingon honor. His storyline explored one of the most heartfelt family dynamics in the Star Trek universe. Struggling to understand Klingon culture while growing up among humans, Alexander represented the next generation's conflict of identity and tradition. His emotional scenes with Worf highlighted both the warrior's vulnerability and his desperate desire to be a good father. Episodes such as New Ground and Firstborn deepened Alexander's growth, showing his transition from a confused boy to a young man seeking purpose. Bonsall's innocent yet thoughtful portrayal gave the character authenticity and emotional depth, bridging the gap between alien culture and human empathy. Beyond Star Trek, Bonsall was already a well-known child actor from Family Ties, 1986 to 1989, and films like Mikey and Blank Check, 1994. After retiring from acting, he pursued a music career in punk and alternative bands, later focusing on family and stability. Having overcome personal challenges, Bonsall became a success story of reinvention and resilience. As of 2025, Brian Bonsall is 43 years old. Rosalind Chow portrayed Keiko O'Brien in Star Trek: The Next Generation, 1992, when she was 35 years old. As the wife of Chief Miles O'Brien, Keiko represented a rare portrayal of civilian life aboard a starship, a schoolteacher and botanist whose warmth, independence, and humanity grounded the show's futuristic world. Her marriage to Miles provided Star Trek with one of its most realistic relationships, filled with love, frustration, and sacrifice. Later, on Deep Space Nine, Keiko became a cultural bridge between Earth and Bajor, balancing family life while contributing to scientific and educational missions. Chow's performance gave Keiko depth and quiet dignity, showing that emotional intelligence and compassion are as vital to exploration as technology or command. Off-screen, Rosalind Chow enjoyed a wide-ranging career in film and television, appearing in The Joy Luck Club, 1993, I'll Make You Mine, 2020, and Disney's live-action Mulan, 2020. Her presence across decades of cinema has made her a symbol of strength and representation for Asian American actors in Hollywood. Known for her grace, professionalism, and generosity toward fans, she continues to act in both American and international productions. As of 2025, Rosalind Chow is 68 years old. Michelle Forbes portrayed Ensign Ro Laren in Star Trek: The Next Generation, 1991, when she was 26 years old. Ro Laren, a Bajoran officer with a rebellious streak, brought a fresh tension to the Enterprise D crew. Haunted by her past and scarred by the Cardassian occupation of Bajor, she embodied moral conflict and independence. A soldier torn between loyalty and conscience. Her fierce integrity and refusal to conform often clashed with Starfleet's hierarchy, yet Captain Picard saw in her the potential for greatness. Their complex relationship, marked by mentorship, disappointment, and mutual respect, added depth to both characters. Ro's eventual defection to the Maquis and preemptive strike was a heartbreaking conclusion to her arc, symbolizing the tragic cost of idealism in a divided galaxy. Michelle Forbes' performance infused the character with authenticity and emotional power, making Ro one of Star Trek's most enduringly human figures. Beyond the series, Forbes built a distinguished career with standout roles in California, 1993, Battlestar Galactica, The Killing, and True Blood. Known for her intensity and intelligence, she remains a respected actress who brings depth to every role. As of 2025, Michelle Forbes is 60 years old. John Delancey portrayed the omnipotent trickster Q in Star Trek: The Next Generation, 1987, when he was 39 years old. As a godlike being with a mischievous sense of humor and a fascination with humanity, Q became one of the most iconic figures in Star Trek history. His playful yet menacing challenges to Captain Picard forced the crew and viewers to confront moral and philosophical questions about power, responsibility, and growth. Whether putting humanity on trial, tempting Picard with alternate lives, or teasing the limits of mortal understanding, Q's appearances blended intellect, chaos, and surprising empathy. Delancey's magnetic performance made Q unforgettable, a character as infuriating as he was enlightening. Beyond Star Trek, Delancey's prolific career spans theater, television, and voice acting, with roles in Breaking Bad, The West Wing, Stargate SG-1, and voice work in My Little Pony. Friendship is magic. A skilled classical actor and storyteller, he also co-produced educational symphonic projects that combine music with narrative performance. Known for his wit and sophistication, Delancey remains a favorite guest at conventions and an enduring symbol of Star Trek's playful philosophy. As of 2025, John Delancey is 77 years old. Armin Shimmerman portrayed Latek in Star Trek: The Next Generation, 1987, when he was 38 years old. Latek, a cunning Ferengi officer, appeared during the species' introduction to the Star Trek universe, marking the first glimpse of a culture that would later evolve in Deep Space Nine. Though a minor role, Shimmerman's distinctive features, energy, and sharp timing helped define the Ferengi archetype: ambitious, scheming, yet oddly endearing. This early appearance paved the way for his iconic portrayal of Quark, a Ferengi bartender whose layered morality and humor redefined the race from simple caricatures to complex individuals. Through Quark, Shimmerman explored themes of capitalism, loyalty, and moral compromise in one of the franchise's most intellectually rich performances. Outside of Star Trek, Shimmerman built an impressive resume with roles in Beauty and the Beast, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Seinfeld, and voice work in games such as BioShock and Ratchet and Clank. He also co-authored science fiction novels and taught acting for decades, earning respect as both performer and mentor. Married to actress Kitty Swink since 1981, he's known for his philanthropy and dedication to cancer research. Intelligent, witty, and deeply committed to his craft, Armin Shimmerman remains an enduring presence in science fiction. As of 2025, he is 75 years old. Dwight Schultz portrayed Lieutenant Reginald Barclay in Star Trek. The Next Generation, 1994, when he was 47 years old. Lieutenant Barclay quickly became one of the series' most beloved recurring characters. A brilliant but socially awkward engineer whose insecurity made him instantly relatable. His dependence on the holodeck for comfort exposed a side of Starfleet rarely seen. The quiet struggle of those who don't fit the heroic mold. Schultz's nuanced portrayal gave Barclay a tender humanity, mixing humor with melancholy and courage with vulnerability. Over time, Barclay transformed from a nervous outsider into a vital member of the crew, even becoming a key figure in Star Trek. Voyager for his work on the Pathfinder project. Schultz's empathetic performance humanized Starfleet, proving that intelligence and bravery come in many forms. Beyond Star Trek, Dwight Schultz was already famous as Howling Mad Murdoch in the A-Team, where his eccentric energy and comic timing made him a pop culture icon. He later expanded into voice acting, lending his distinct voice to Ben 10, Mass Effect, and Fallout 4. Married to actress Wendy Fulton. Since 1983, he's known for his humor, intellect, and thoughtful engagement with fans. As of 2025, Dwight Schultz is 78 years old. Robert O'Reilly portrayed Chancellor Gowron in Star Trek The Next Generation, 1989, when he was 39 years old. Gowron, the fiery-eyed Klingon leader, embodied both the glory and corruption of Klingon politics. His rise to power, marked by ambition and unpredictability, reflected the tension between honor and pragmatism that defined the Klingon Empire. O'Reilly's electrifying performance, all sharp gazes and commanding shouts, turned Gowron into a legendary figure, his every appearance brimming with theatrical energy and menace. The character's uneasy alliance with Captain Picard, his rivalry with Worf, and eventual downfall in Deep Space Nine revealed the cyclical nature of leadership and the cost of ambition. O'Reilly's portrayal balanced ferocity with flashes of humor, making Gowron both feared and oddly charismatic. Beyond Star Trek, O'Reilly's career spanned guest roles in MacGyver, Cheers, and NYPD Blue, as well as directing and teaching acting. His stage background lent power to his on-screen performances, while his warmth off-screen made him a fan favorite at conventions worldwide. Charismatic, humble, and passionate about his craft, Robert O'Reilly remains a beloved figure in the Star Trek legacy. As of 2025, he is 75 years old. Who is your favorite character from Star Trek The Next Generation? How do you feel knowing that some cast members are no longer with us? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated. We appreciate your support and are glad to have you as part of our community.